This might freak you out. Imagine surviving the most powerful explosion humanity had ever created, walking away from a nuclear blast. And then, less than 24 hours later, standing inside the blast zone of the second atomic bomb. Sounds impossible, right? But this actually happened. And the man who lived through it might be the unluckiest or luckiest person in human history. His name was Tsutomu Yamaguchi, and his story begins on a normal summer morning in Hiroshima, Japan in 1945. Yamaguchi wasn't even supposed to be there. He was a naval engineer working for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, and he had just finished a 3-month business trip in Hiroshima. On the morning of August 6th, he was about to leave the city and go home, but then he realized something. He forgot his hunko, his official stamp used to sign documents, so he turned around to go back and grab it. And that tiny decision may have saved his life, because at 8:15 a.m., something appeared in the sky, a lone bomber plane. Inside it was a weapon the world had never seen before, the atomic bomb known as Little Boy. And in a flash brighter than the sun, everything changed. The bomb exploded roughly 600 meters above the city. The temperature instantly shot to several million degrees. Buildings vaporized, shadows burned into walls, and a fireball the size of a football stadium ripped through Hiroshima. Around 70,000 people died instantly. Yamaguchi was only about 3 kilometers from the blast. He saw the flash. Then he heard a massive roar, and suddenly the sky turned white. The shockwave launched him into the air like a rag doll. His eardrums burst, his skin burned, the radiation scorched the side of his body. When he woke up, the city around him was gone. Hiroshima looked like the surface of another planet. Fires everywhere, collapsed buildings, people wandering through the smoke with their skin hanging off their bodies. But somehow, Yamaguchi was still alive, badly injured, but alive. Now here's where the story gets even stranger. The next morning, with bandages covering his burns, Yamaguchi did something almost unbelievable. He boarded a train and went home. His home city was Nagasaki. Yes, the other city. And at first, no one believed his story. When he arrived at Mitsubishi's office, he tried explaining what he had just seen. A bomb that destroyed an entire city. One single bomb. His boss reportedly interrupted him. Yamaguchi, how could one bomb destroy a whole city? But then, 3 days later, history repeated itself. On August 9th, 1945, another American bomber approached Japan, this time carrying a different atomic weapon, the plutonium bomb known as Fat Man. And once again, the sky exploded. At 11:02 a.m., the second atomic bomb detonated over Nagasaki. And unbelievably, Yamaguchi was there, again. He was inside an office building when the flash appeared. He dove to the ground just as the blast wave smashed through the city. Windows shattered, walls collapsed, the building shook violently. But the concrete structure protected him from the worst of the explosion. Outside, Nagasaki was burning. An estimated 40,000 people died instantly. Thousands more would die from radiation sickness in the weeks that followed. But Yamaguchi survived. Twice. 2 atomic bombs, 2 cities, 2 days that reshaped human history. And somehow he walked away from both. For decades, his story sounded almost too unbelievable to be real. But in 2009, the Japanese government officially recognized him as a double survivor of both atomic bombings, a status known as Niju Hibakusha, which literally means twice bombed person. He spent the rest of his life speaking about nuclear weapons and the horrors he witnessed, because what he saw was something humanity should never repeat. Entire cities erased in seconds, people burned by invisible radiation, lives changed forever by a single flash of light. Yamaguchi lived until 2010, reaching the age of 93, and his story remains one of the most surreal coincidences in modern history. One man, 2 atomic bombs, 2 chances at death, And somehow, he survived both. Now here's the question that might keep you thinking tonight. If you had survived the first atomic explosion, would you have had the courage to go back to work the very next day? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.